Somewhere in Japan, right now, a woman in her 90s is lowering herself down to the floor to eat her breakfast. She doesn't reach for a chair, and she doesn't lean on a cane. In a few minutes, she will rise straight back up, on her own, the way she's done every single day of her long life. Meanwhile, here at home, millions of us have quietly stopped sitting on the floor at all. Not because we wanted to, because somewhere along the way we became afraid we wouldn't be able to get back up. And that one fear is how a person's whole world slowly starts to shrink. So today, I want to walk you through 11 gentle floor habits from Japan, each one about 5 minutes, no gym, and no pill bottle required. Stay with me for number 6, because it may quietly loosen years of stiffness out of your hips. And number 9 works on a part of your body almost no American ever thinks about, even though it could be the real reason so many of us lose our footing. Number 11. Sitting cross-legged on the floor, the way you almost certainly did as a child. The Japanese call this agura, and for most of human history, this was simply how people sat. We were the ones who filled every room with deep chairs and recliners, and over the years, our hips quietly forgot how to open. A chair holds your legs in nearly the same position for hours, day after day. The floor asks the opposite of you. It tells your hips, knees, and ankles to bend, shift, and find angles they have not visited in a long while. So tonight, instead of sinking into the couch, lower yourself onto a cushion on the floor while you watch your evening program. Cross your legs loosely and switch which leg rests in front every few minutes. If your knees complain, sit with your back against the sofa for support. You're not exercising. You're just sitting the way the body was built to. Number 10 brings us to the most formal way the Japanese sit, called seiza. You kneel down, then settle back so you're resting gently on your heels, with the tops of your feet flat against the floor. This one comes with a warning, so please listen closely. If you've had knee or hip trouble or any kind of replacement, check with your doctor first and never force it. Slide a firm cushion under your seat so there's no strain. What makes seiza special is what it asks of your ankles. As we age, the ankle quietly loses its ability to bend, and a stiff ankle is a clumsy ankle, the kind that catches on a curb or a rug. Seiza coaxes that motion back, a little at a time. Start with just 30 seconds, resting on your cushion, breathing slowly. When you've had enough, place a hand on a sturdy chair and rise. Folks in Japan kneel like this at the dinner table without a second thought. For us, it is a quiet act of reclaiming something we let slip away. Number 9 is the one I promised you at the start, the part of your body almost nobody thinks about. Your feet, more precisely, your toes. Here is something rarely talked about. The small muscles inside your foot help keep you balanced every single time you take a step, and when they go weak, your footing goes with them. Japanese researchers who studied older adults in care homes found that simply training the toes to grip improved their balance. And you can do it sitting right on the floor. Lay a hand towel flat in front of you, place your bare foot at one end, and using only your toes, scrunch the towel towards you, little by little, then push it back out. A minute on each foot. It looks almost silly, which is exactly why no one does it. But your toes are the very bottom of the chain that holds you upright. Almost everyone skips this one. You shouldn't. Number 8 follows naturally from your feet, and it is called kiza. From that same kneeling position, you tuck your toes under and let your weight settle back, so the ball of your feet get a gentle stretch. If you have ever felt that tight, cardboard stiffness under your foot when you take your first steps in the morning, this is speaking directly to you. The sole of the foot is wrapped in a thick band of tissue, and when it tightens up, every step feels uncertain. Kiza eases it open. Be gentle because this can feel intense quickly. Hold it for only a few breaths, keep a hand on a chair for balance, and back off the moment it turns sharp. A handful of seconds is plenty. Do it once in the morning, before your feet hit their stride for the day. The Japanese move in and out of this position without thinking. For us, it is a small favor we can do for the feet that carry us everywhere. Number 7 is my favorite because the Japanese turned a chore into a workout without ever calling it one. It is called Zukengeik. In schools across Japan, children still clean the floors by hand, down on all fours, pushing a damp cloth across the room. I am not asking you to scrub your whole house, but getting onto your hands and knees and wiping a small patch of floor does something a treadmill never could. It puts you on the ground, where you support your own weight through your arms and shoulders, brace through your middle, and then, most importantly, get yourself back up. That up and down motion is the exact thing that fades when we spend all day in chairs. Start small. Wipe down one section of your kitchen floor by hand, then rise using a counter for support. Doctors who help older folks stay independent often have them practice this very pattern on purpose, getting down and up. The Japanese just built it into daily life and called it keeping a tidy home. Number 6 is the one I told you to wait for, and it may be the most valuable 5 minutes in this whole video. It is a gentle routine from Japan called Mako Ho. A businessman created it back in the 1930s after his own body had stiffened up, and it is built from just 4 simple movements done sitting right on the floor. The reason it matters so much for walking is the hips. When we sit in chairs for decades, the hips slowly close down, and tight hips quietly shorten your stride and throw off your balance without you ever noticing. Mako Ho works directly on opening them back up, along with the lower back and the backs of your legs. You sit on the floor, fold forward gently over your legs, open the knees, and breathe. Never bounce, never force, and only go as far as feels easy. A folded cushion under your seat makes it kinder on the body. 5 minutes, 4 movements, and a part of you that has been locked for years slowly begins to loosen. Every week on this channel, we keep digging up these quiet, forgotten habits from the longest living people on Earth. So if you want to keep finding the simple things that help you stay strong and independent in your own home, take a moment to subscribe. Number 5 is where everything so far comes together, and it is the one that frightens people the most. Learning to get up off the floor without hauling yourself up on the furniture. I know that fear well, because it is the very thing that makes folks stop sitting on the floor at all. So we practice it gently, and we practice it safely. The Japanese rise the way their bodies were trained to, flowing from sitting onto the knees, up onto one foot, and then standing in one smooth motion. You can learn the same path. Place a sturdy chair beside you, not to pull on, but to touch for reassurance. From kneeling, bring one foot flat on the floor in front of you. Press down through that heel and rise. The same trick works at the toilet and the couch, so lead with your hips, not your knees, and let the big muscles do the lifting. Every time you practice getting down and back up, you're making a small deposit against the day you might really need it. That is independence, rehearsed. Number 4 is the gentlest of all, and you do it lying flat on your back on the floor. The Japanese have long understood that the spine wants movement, not stillness. Lie down, bend your knees, and let them drift slowly to one side while you turn your head softly to the other. Breathe. Then bring them through the middle and let them fall to the opposite side. That slow ringing motion is wonderful for a stiff lower back, which I know is the part so many of us wake up cursing. It costs nothing, it asks nothing, and it is nearly impossible to get wrong. The only reason it works is that it gets you down onto the floor in the first place, out of the chair where the back stiffens. 2 or 3 minutes is plenty. Do it before bed and your sleep may come easier, or do it first thing and your morning may feel less like rusting hinges. A spine that moves a little every day is a spine that lets you keep moving. Number 3 keeps us on the floor and travels down to the lower leg, to the ankles and calves that do the quiet work of every step. Sit with your legs out in front of you and slowly draw circles in the air with your feet, one direction, then the other. Then point your toes away and pull them back, towards you over and over, easy and rhythmic. This is the motion that powers the push-off in your walk. The spring you lose a little of every year you spend seated. When the calf and ankle weaken, the foot starts to drag, and a dragging foot is a foot that trips. You can do this while you watch television, while you talk on the phone, while the kettle heats up. No strain, no risk, just slow, deliberate movement through a joint we tend to ignore until it fails us. A minute or two a day. It is the kind of small, boring habit that does not look like much, right up until the day you notice a little more spring in your step. Number 2 is woven into the way the Japanese have slept for centuries. Instead of climbing into a tall bed, many sleep on a futon, a padded mat laid right on the floor. Every night they lower themselves down to it, and every morning they rise up off it, then fold it away by hand. Think about what that means. Twice a day, without ever calling it exercise, they practice getting down to the floor and back up, the single most important movement for staying independent as we age. I am not suggesting you give up your bed, especially if your knees or hips give you trouble, but you can borrow the spirit of it. Keep a cushion or a mat in your living room and make a small daily ritual of lowering down to it and rising back up a few times in the morning and again at night. The genius of the Japanese way was never a single exercise. It was building the movement into ordinary life so the body never got the chance to forget. And that brings us to number 1, the habit that ties all the others together, and it comes from Okinawa, an island in Japan that is home to some of the longest living people the world has ever recorded. Their secret is almost too simple to believe. They never stopped living on the floor. They eat there, they rest there, they visit with friends there, and so an older Okinawan gets up and down off the floor dozens of times a day, every day, for 90 years and more. They're not going to the gym. They're not taking a pill for it. They're simply living in a way that keeps the body strong without ever thinking about it. That is the real lesson hiding inside all 11 of these habits. Strength and balance are not something you buy or swallow. They're something you practice in small, ordinary moments on the floor of your own living room. The woman we started with is not special. She just never sat down in a chair and stayed there. Before you go, here's something that may surprise you. Japan has a famous morning exercise done by millions of folks in their 80s and 90s in parks every day, and it was actually inspired by an American radio program from the 1920s. We came up with the idea, then we let it slip away. They held on to it. So maybe none of this is foreign wisdom at all. Maybe it is just the way people everywhere used to live, before the soft chairs and the remote controls. So pick one of these 11, just one. Put a cushion on your floor tonight, lower yourself down, and rise back up. 5 minutes, that is where it starts. And as always, check with your doctor before trying anything new, especially if your knees, hips, or balance give you trouble. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.